你好，祝你有美好的一天。这就是频道 Celebrity News Today 247。这是今天的新闻。
The group photo of Xiao Zhan bowing, the one in the Red Sea, is very touching. Behind the restraint is Xiao Zhan's wisdom. Before he knew it, Xiao Zhan had already learned from the obscure big boy, even today's dazzling artist. He also encountered the cold eyes of the world during the period. Ups and downs in the showbiz, once lost and wanted to retreat. This year is already the 5th anniversary of Xiao Zhan's debut. Some Peter Pan has liked Xiao Zhan for 5 years, and there are also a steady stream of newcomers who have just met this quality artist. From his debut to the present, Xiao Zhan is still that big boy with a firm heart. Guagua collected Xiao Zhan's 5 years of bowing photos for Peter Pan. It can be seen that he is still that humble and sincere man. On the stage of Like a Dream, many Peter Pan, in order to meet Xiao Zhan, even spanning thousands of kilometers. Every time the curtain calls, Xiao Zhan's waist would be bent very low. Whether in Wuhan, Qingdao is still Chengdu, Hangzhou, Xiao Zhan expressed his sincere gratitude to these people who came from afar. At the star-studded party, many entertainers looked ahead. Only Xiao Zhan thought of the audience behind him. He turned his head alone and bent down. Although it is just a small detail, it also allows us to understand why he is so popular. Xiao Zhan took Peter Pan's love seriously. On the stage of our song, every time Xiao Zhan sang, Xiao Zhan, who also bends down and wears a red jacket, is singing, "Shine." All the light will be sucked away by him. But Xiao Zhan always becomes humble at the end. Sometimes Xiao Zhan set out to go to the event site. Peter Pan is waiting at the door. Xiao Zhan will also bow sincerely and thank these people for supporting him. At that time, Xiao Zhan was still an ignorant newcomer. Even now, Xiao Zhan is already a top-notch existence. Both the appeal and influence are far ahead. But at the press conference of Jade Bone Yao, Xiao Zhan is still the artist who bows very low. The most touching thing is the bow of the Red Sea. With a heavy face, Xiao Zhan walked up to the big one. On a lively and deserted stage, Xiao Zhan could not expect the Red Sea to greet him. The fans on that day also could not think that the people around him supported the same artist. Such an unexpected encounter. No matter how few more 5 years pass, it's all so moving. Xiao Zhan bowed that night, full of gratitude, and more importantly, it represents a contract. Xiao Zhan and Peter Pan will never leave. Xiao Zhan once said that he is very clear that all the achievements nowadays, it was supported by countless Peter Pan, he said casually, to publish a documentary. Also published a documentary of Dream Like a Dream. Although Xiao Zhan also receives business resources, he never picks expensive ones. Only pick the right ones. When working with brands, I will tell you, don't agitate Peter Pan. Guagua saw a Peter Pan. Her company almost cooperated with Xiao Zhan. Finally, because the type did not match, the cooperation was not successful. But she said something that shocked Guagua. Xiao Zhan never took advantage of those passionate, surging love. Guagua also knows that Peter Pan is full of passion, and Xiao Zhan is so influential. As long as he wants to cut leaks, a few words can be successful, but he is still very restrained. Respect these loves. Maybe for some artists, this kind of respect is stupid. After all, who doesn't want to maximize profits? But just those narrow minds. It is determined that certain artists will always be in the second and third line, and even struggle in the 18th line. Never treat fans as fools, because any false feelings, in the end, could not hide it, leading to the overturning. And Xiao Zhan, knowing this very well, bowed humbly. Not only his sincerity, but also his wisdom in life.